boxing. Man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, let's get into a boxing video. Got a couple of these lined up, so this one or two as of right now. But we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Canelo, the return of Román Chocolatito González. He got a couple tentative dates that he could hop on. Also, we're going to talk about David Benavidez and his post about, you know, basically how he the king of 168. But let's talk about Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia was on with Fight Hype, and he said he might not come back in 2020, okay? Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Mikey Garcia is one of the worst things going in boxing right now. He got paid $7 million to fight Jesse Vargas. Like, you want to know why the DAZN is so messed up? They could not have flipped a profit on Mikey versus Jesse Vargas. Nowhere near. Nobody in this planet Earth cares about Mikey Garcia and what he does. Not as far as casual fans. They spending all this money on Mikey, and Mikey has really accomplished nothing in the grand scheme of boxing. He's not a Hall of Famer. I don't care about the fake world titles he got in these weight classes. He didn't fight Lomachenko for lightweight supremacy. He beat Sergey Lipiev and Broner at 40. You won a cookie. I don't even think Lipiev had a title defense. He went up and lost every round against Errol Spence. And then you telling me that he's still getting paid $7 million almost a year later or whatever it was, you know, to fight Jesse Vargas. Like, I can care less what he does. I don't care if he get the Pacquiao fight or do get the Pacquiao fight. If the DAZN or PBC want to pour money into that fight, who really cares? But then again, the budget just not going to work without fans. We can't do this until the virus over with. And that's the problem. While UFC, they willing to cut 20 pounds in a week, they willing to still throw down with the best. Here you got Mikey Garcia having preferences. Why does Mikey Garcia get a preference? Why? He lost every round to Errol Spence. You know, at the end of the day, his whole career with Top Rank was about, fighting and defending that WBO belt, which he defended it versus Lito, Rocky Martinez, which he got dropped. But other than that, what has he done in his career? You know, he didn't even want to fight Robbie Jr. until Fortuna exposed him. So why is Mikey Garcia still getting preference? I get if Errol Spence get a preference. You see it, dog. Most of y'all talking about y'all Errol Spence fans. Y'all ain't got no strap season shirt. Shout out to my brother Greg, man, that sent me this shirt a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? Strap season, bro. Strap season, bro. But yeah, why does Mikey get a preference? Why do Mikey get to pick and choose what Mikey Garcia want to do in boxing? Why? Well, I might not come back this year. The budget not going to be there. Not until the coronavirus. I don't think nobody missing you. That's what's wrong with boxing. You getting dudes that ain't A-listers, that's barely a B-lister, have preferences. Mikey lost every round. He should have to work his way back up through the ranks. Vargas is a nice start, but $7 million versus Jesse Vargas, you could have did a lot bit more with $7 million. You could have gave back to the ghettos and the hoods in America and got a better return than giving that $7 million to Mikey. But that's what's wrong. Eddie Hearn misusing funds. Golden Boy misusing funds. The DAZN want to know why they going to forever be in the red. And they going to never come out the red because you can't make the best fights. You can't. I bet Mikey Garcia didn't even bring 100,000 new subscribers there. They lucky if he bought 1,000 new subscribers there. Mikey Garcia is not a Mexican-American star. He ain't Oscar, he ain't Oscar at all. He ain't Canelo. He ain't Marquez. He ain't Morales. He ain't the biggest stars in Mexico. And he not one of the biggest American-Mexican stars right now. Chavez did 1 million pay-per-views with Canelo. Come on. So why do we care what Mikey Garcia thinks so much? We shouldn't. Good fighter, but come on, bro. Like, I might not fight because the money might not be there. These dudes not even willing to take a pay cut until the corona. Do he understand the coronavirus could be around for a year? Life may not ever go back to normal. They found the vaccine and they tested on human trials in America, so we'll see how it goes. They doing some fights with limited capacities, towards, October in the UK and maybe December versus Wilder and Fury. And he talk, and nobody cares about Mikey. You don't have one of the top 10 best fights that we want to see in boxing. You don't. You don't have a top fight we want to see. You're not Plant Benavidez. You're not Wilder, Joshua Fury, Wilder, whoever want to see that. You know what I'm saying? You're not Earl Terrence. You're not in that conversation, bro. If Mikey Garcia never fought again, who would care? Nobody. So he out here saying, oh, there ain't enough money, and they gon', we got to wait till the pandemic for us enough money. Man, they paying Mikey Garcia for no reason. That man ain't got no damn fan base to be getting $7 million. He ain't got no real fan base for real. Him and Earl Spence, he attracted a fan base because he was fighting a black fighter in Texas. That's what it was. Him and Broner, they did good numbers at the Barclays Center. I give them that. But they ain't do good numbers at the box office on the viewership. That fight didn't crack $1 million for Mikey to be such a big star. Him and Earl did what, 325,000 pay-per-views? That's pathetic. I don't care what nobody say. It's 350 million people in North America. Well, in America, you only can reach 350,000 of them. Come on. Well, I might not come back because the virus. They ain't giving me enough money, to fight Pacquiao. It's a privilege for you to fight Pacquiao. In all actuality and reality, you should be fighting Pacquiao for free. He shouldn't even be looking your way. You feel me? He shouldn't even be looking your way, bro. Don't nobody want to see no Mikey Garcia versus Pacquiao, bro. We want to see you fight Lomachenko. You still won't do it. You know what I'm saying? You moved up, and that's the new trend in boxing. These dudes are just terrible. The new trend in boxing is, let's move up and wait and try to get a moral victory. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Mikey Garcia. So I can care less if Mikey Garcia never fight again. The game is better without Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia don't bring no ingredient to the game that make this motherfucker feast any better. But he spoke a little bit about Golovkin and Manny Pacquiao potentially fighting. I mean, who cares? He said, Manny Pacquiao might get him. Yeah, we know Pacquiao gonna pump it up or catch weight Golovkin or something like that. Why don't you go up there and fight Canelo if you really want to impress me? But hey, it is what it is. I care less if Pacquiao or Golovkin fight. I'll watch because ain't nothing else to watch. But I can care less. So I don't really care about his opinion on that one. I don't think that's gonna happen. But if they want to move up and fight Pacquiao, fight Golovkin, I mean, the zone is liking those type of fights. So I mean, it'll be interesting. Pacquiao, he couldn't even fight Margarito at a full 54. He couldn't even fight Oscar at 47 or 54. He drained Morales in the second fight. I mean, we could just keep going on and on. You think he gonna go all the way to 160 and fight Golovkin without, tying Golovkin hands behind his back? You watch your mind. But hey, that is what it is, man. But David Benavidez sent the message on Twitter. On Instagram, I'll try to put it on there. He got like Caleb Plant, Canelo, Callum Smith all bowing down to him. But then again, this dude took a voluntary, even before the pandemic, what Ramiro, Alexis Angulo, whatever that dude's name is, who beat Anthony Sims. He took a voluntary with him when he could have caught the fade with Benavidez Plant. Come on. When you could have caught the fade with, somebody else in the division. You took a voluntary. Now you got a mandatory. A lot of people don't know he got another mandatory. Callum Smith is the diamond champion in the WBC. If Callum Smith stayed at 68, they could order Callum Smith to fight David Benavidez after he fight, Alvin Yurderman. So, at the end of the day, dog, like I said, I used to like David Benavidez, but he's a clown. You know what I'm saying? I know, he know, we know that I know what he know, that he ain't trying to fight nobody. So he can say he the king at 47. I mean 68. I mean, he supposed to feel that way, but we know you ain't trying to make the best fights happen there. Y'all trying to wait, and rightfully so in his perspective. He a young guy. He's still learning. He still look a little bit clumsy in the ring. He bring a lot of pressure. He got some good punching power, but the more he wait, the better he gonna get. It ain't really no point for him to jump out there and beat up Plan and beat up the rest of the opposition. He's still learning, still developing. I think he'd be a great fighter for a long time. But you just can't be calling people out, having people bow to you. You ain't willing to fight them. That's my whole thing about it. Him and his daddy do all that talking, but they ain't willing to fight. Like Jose did all that talking, and he got knocked out by Terrence Crawford. What can he do to further? He Hong Kong Fooey smushed his face and said, "Don't talk about it, be about it." So I'm tired of the talking in boxing. If you ain't gonna fight somebody expeditiously, immediately, soon, ASAP, as soon as possible, I don't even want to hear about it, because he may not be fighting. He may not be fighting a meaningful foe until 2022. Okay, so I don't really care about what he got going on. Wish him the best of luck in his fight that he got coming up. But please spare me, bro. Spare me. You being the king of 68. You scared of Caleb Plant. You know. I mean, you and Callum Smith, Billy Joe. I feel like you could beat those two, but you know who it is. What it is, man. As far as what he got going on right now, but yeah, let's talk a little bit about Canelo. I heard John Ryder pricing himself out. So at the end of the day, Golden Boy is a joke. They are a joke. 911 is a joke in your town. There's a joke. Everybody pricing themselves out. How does David Lemieux, John Ryder, Anthony Durrell, who else that been in? How does Billy Joe sign? How do some of these dudes price themselves out? Seriously, and how much a pay cut is Canelo taking? So, you know, John Ryder is pricing himself out of Canelo fight. Dudes, you don't even deserve the Canelo fight. You lost to Rocky Fielding. You lost to Billy Joe. You lost some other people too. You should be happy to get $1 million. What are you talking about? And if you want hazard pay, give him $1.5 million. You got dudes asking for money. Well, Canelo, it ain't no fans, and Canelo ain't Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't like you getting no pay-per-view revenue on the back end. I mean, it's just strictly what you getting. So how can John Ryder turn down a title shot, or a regular title shot that he wants hold versus Canelo? How? That's my whole thing about it, man. You got John Ryder legitimately turning down fights. John Ryder. Come on, man. So what is Golden Boy doing? Eric Gomez not doing his job. Oscar not doing his job. I wouldn't even consider ever signing the Golden Boy promotions, man. But right now, Jason Quigley look like he may be the dude that's getting a fight. I don't even know nothing about Jason Quigley at all. It was supposed to be John Ryder. He asked for too much money. And that's what they saying. And you know, Canelo could be fighting him, man. That's what I'm telling you, man. UFC continue to give you the hits that keep on making hits, and boxing keep giving you the duds that keep on producing duds. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they don't have no good fights coming up that's got casual appeal. All the fights you want to see from, let's say, 26, we want to see Leo and Gary. Not going to happen. You want to see Burchett and Shakur Stevenson. Not going to happen. You go to 35, you getting T.O. and Lomachenko. Cool. I say that's a good fight. That's the one. You know, eventually you'll get Jose and Josh Taylor, but it won't happen this year. So you ain't getting what you want at 40. 47, we know they ain't body. We ripped them last night. 54, you know what I'm saying? They another division that's giving us the hits that keep giving. So that's 2 on the board. Go to 60. Come on, they want Canelo, Golovkin 3, Triple G, Andrade, Charlo, Canelo. Ain't none of them happening. 68, they stagnant. 75, Dimitri Bivol hiding up under his bed from Beterbia. And then at heavyweight, we wanted, you know, Joshua and Wilder, and that fight didn't happen. That Joshua and Wilder fight was a huge fight in North America and around the world in UK. Fury and Joshua, that's just a regional fight. That's just a UK fight. You know what I'm saying? So nobody care about Fury and Joshua in America. And I'm not talking about you hardcore fans. I'm talking about the casual fans. Nobody gonna tune in. You can't put that on pay-per-view in America. I wouldn't buy that. I can care less. But I'm just telling you, the fights, they just, you know, giving you these bullshit fights, and UFC gonna keep giving you the good ones. Just like Mikey said, there ain't enough money. It ain't enough money for me to fight right now without fans. Like, get out of here, man. But you know, whatever they doing with Canelo, I'm not sure. I know it's probably gonna be Quigley or Ryder, but while Ryder's pricing himself out, and I don't understand how you can price yourself out when you don't even deserve the opportunity. I mean, Lemieux, all these dudes pricing themselves out without deserving the opportunity. But we'll end off on this one, man. Roman González, Chocolatito could return August 28th on Javier Fortuna and Jorge Linares undercard, or he can return on Canelo September 12th undercard. I heard Canelo can fight September 12th or fight late September, early October, depending on when they can shore up his deal with his fight. So you can catch Chocolatito either on the Linares undercard with Fortuna the 28th of August, or the 12th of September, Mexican Independence Day weekend, on the undercard of whoever Canelo gonna fight. Quigley, Marvin the Martian, John Ryder, Lemieux. Not sure who he gonna fight, but you can catch Chocolatito on one of those undercards. I know they wanted him to fight Estrada and it just didn't happen. Then they wanted him to fight Maloney at one point. Maloney lost, and now you got to rematch that Franco kid. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. All my links in the description to social media. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal, description. One time for the one time we go.